Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to take a look over another Transformers Studio Series for you guys. And this time I'm going to take a look over one of the new figures that's actually been released, which is the A-Class assortment. Which I actually don't understand about that, but it doesn't matter. So I went to my local Walmart today and I got one of the new figures that I actually wanted to get. So here it is. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to take a look over is the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Dark of the Moon Wheeljack Que. Now, before we actually continue on with this, I need you guys to do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So, like I said, I actually got in my local Walmart today, and I was originally trying to buy B-127 from the Transformers 1 movie, the Studio Series version, but when I actually saw Q, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get that instead, because this is actually one of my favorite Transformer figures, and, well, technically, one of my favorite Transformer characters since I actually saw Dark of the Moon. And, yeah. Now, if you guys remember, if I could remember, I think Hasbro lost the trademark of the name Wheeljack, if I can recall. I think it's right around 2011. I might have to check the history, but yeah, that's the reason why his name was Q instead of Wheeljack years ago, if you guys are new for collecting Transformers. And now, here we are today, we have Wheeljack Que. So, as the test time of this recording, I am actually going to say Q instead of Wheeljack because I want to. So here's what the new package style is going to look like for the Deluxe Class. You can see the artwork of Q right there in his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is a Mercedes Benz E550. I think it's like a modified version of the 500. So right here you can see transformed to 23 steps. On this side of the package you can see the artwork of Q right here, saying Transformers Dark of the Moon. Nothing at the top, I would say the name and the logo right here. Nothing on the side, minus the full artwork right here on Q. Looks pretty cool. And you can see the back of the packaging right here. Like I said, transformed to 23 step. And you have the sticker for the Mercedes logo right here. There it is, the Mercedes Benz right there. And there's my favorite character. So yeah, well, let's put the box out of the way and let's take a look over the accessory that Q comes with. So for Q, he comes with two accessories, which is a little gun right here. Yep, just a little gun cast in this light gray right there. And his staff, which, can I be honest with you, when I actually said it on my preview video, I don't think this was actually what's shown in the movie. Apparently, if you actually see it, see if you miss it, it was on his back. Here's the thing, I grew up watching a video of someone reviewing like the original toy from Dark of the Moon. Has like the staff would have the blade on top. That's all I can remember, so yeah. But enough about that. Here it is, Q in his vehicle mode. And like I said, the vehicle mode is representing a Mercedes-Benz E550. And this is actually one of the coolest things I like about this is the vehicle mode. And plus is in color blue, which is also one of my favorite colors. The paint and sculpted detail on this vehicle mode look fantastic. Now, right off the bat, if you guys can see, I think I had kind of a little bit of a quality issue right here on the headlamp right there, headlights, and the tail light at the back of the car. Yep, that's one of the issues I have, but I can try to fix that with paint. Also, I might need to fix the lighting right here. I have no clue why. When I zoom it in, it's changing to yellow. But anyways, I'll get more closely on the look right here. You can see E550 right here. You got the Mercedes-Benz logo right here. And on the front right here, you guys can see it's actually printed, not molded in. And there it goes again. Do I have to like fix the lighting? Nope. Fix the lighting for this shit? I have no clue what's going on. I'll probably leave it like that for now. The only issue we're gonna have for the vehicle mode is is some of the wheels doesn't roll freely, and I have no clue why, because I kind of feel like the back wheels are a little bit stiff for my copy, but they feel fine, while the front wheels are nice and loose. And you can see it have like a bunch of panel lines everywhere, which I am disappointed of that, to be honest with you, but it is how it is. Unfortunately, there's nothing much of it to do about it. You do have a little bit of rubber cable like underneath right there, which kind of sucks. And same thing when his chest exposed right here. Doesn't look like rub against the floor or something. You can see has scope underneath down here. Like the rest of the vehicle mode does look great, but what the little bit issues on that, He does have some weapon storage right here, where there's a tab right there going to the slot. You just tap to the side right there. And that's part of weapon storage, unfortunately. It's only having like on this side, not on that one. And for the little gun, you just plug into the little peg hole right there. And there you go, you got weapon storage of it. It's not the great weapon storage, to be honest with you. It kind of sucks. But it is what it is, and you just carefully take it out. So yeah, you know, for a vehicle mode that's actually look great, Hasbro kind of screwed it up a little bit, but and plus some of the like everything right here is now like lining. I think, I don't know, I could be crazy or I'm just that stupid. But I know some of you guys in the comment section gonna tell me you're just that stupid. All right, well there's your fucking answer. So yeah. Transformation for this is actually a kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, and I will explain why. First thing first is untap the side right there, and you want to come to the front right here. Move this up a bit. This is on a hinge here, and one here. Next thing to do is untap this part right here to the vehicle mode. And there you go. Yeah, this is going to be like a clusterfuck right here, and I will show you why. First thing to do is bring up this a little bit down like that, and you want to split the arms, split the top part of the car so it becomes the robot arms, and you want to make sure everything's out of the way. What I like to do is bring the arms out like that. Next thing to do is making sure I move this so the ball joint can face forward. Make sure you have that facing forward. And you can do the same thing on the other side. And I like to move the arms out of the way. And move the tarp out of the way also, because you actually do need some more clearance of it. Unpeg this part right here. There's a peg here, and then go into this peg hole right there. Split the legs. You want to bring this piece up if I can. Yep, you want to untap this. There's a tab here, and then go into this slot right there. The next thing to do, go like this. Then you want to bring this down because you want to bring out the heel spurt and the foot. So bring both out like that, and that will clip in. And you just want to twist all of this like that. You want to straighten out the leg, and you want to do the same thing on the other side right here. Bring this out, bring the heel and the leg out like that. That will click that in. Then you want to twist that again to make sure it's facing like this. Make sure the legs are straight, and make sure these are back. And you want to bring the tarp down, the arms down. Now this part right here is a giant pain in the ass and a clusterfuck. This area right here is a pain in my ass. So see this tab right there, it will go into this part right there, to this slot. First thing to do, fold this in. This is gonna hinge here and a hinge here. There's a hinge here. And you want to angle the damn, yeah, everything you gotta do is you have to angle it. You want to make sure you want to plug the backpack in here, like so. You want to bring in like this angle right here. So move this right here. Move this also like that so you can fold it in. And you want to make sure the shoulder pad is like that. And you want to make sure everything's like straightened out and perfectly good. Otherwise, you're going to have like a jumble mess in your hands. And this is why I call backpack is a giant pain in the ass, like I said. Bring the camera back up and move the tripod legs a bit higher like that. And there you have Q in his robot mode. Like I said, the robot mode is a giant pain in the ass to deal with. So yeah, but holy crap, this is a good looking robot mode. Now, the head sculpt, this is the reason why I bought this figure, because of the head sculpt. I love it so much. I know a lot of people don't like about the head sculpt because it's ugly, it's horrible. But this one is actually representing Albert Einstein, mostly because of the hair that he has dripping down. And he has like a bald spot right there. So yeah. But I know a lot of people are going to disagree on that. But yeah. The painted sculpted detail on this figure looks pretty good. He does suffers a lot of missing paint. You can see the nice details on the figure. He does have a giant kibble on the back, which is not that great. I understand that why. So yeah. But if I can zoom in the camera closely right here, you can see all the mechanical detailing on this figure. He does absolutely look amazing. And you can see the awesome head sculpt. One of my favorites. So yes. And I do like about it. I do like this so much. Like I said about the problem is the whole backpack kibble. Yeah, there's a giant pain to deal with. And plus the vehicle kibble on the back, on the legs. Also a giant pain in the ass, so yeah. So articulation wise, head is on a ball joint, so, but he only can go left and right. And one more thing, his backpack does disconnect easily, so be wary on that. So the head can go left and right, does go up and down a little bit. Both of the arms are the ball joints. Shoulder pads can move up and down like that. And I kind of actually have another issue with both the ball joints of the arms. For my copy, it was loose. Same thing with the legs, so I did have to fix it with crazy glue, and it's perfectly good. The arm does go full 360 degrees, but except the backpack is in the way, so you can go like this and that. He does go in and out on the arms about that far. Swivel the bicep right here. A bend of the elbow right here, 90 degree. Swivel the part of the elbow right here. You don't have a wrist, but this part right here does go in and out like that, but that 3D transformation. So, yeah. And the same thing on the other side, and just making sure check in and see everything's nice, perfect. Well, you don't have a waist joint, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. The tarp does go in and out like that if you're doing some leg poses right here. And speaking of leg posability, legs can go forward, not that much backwards, does go in and out. You have a thigh swivel right there, perfect 90 degree bend right there, and you don't have an ankle pivot. But if you fake it like this, which I don't want to do it, but if you twist this part like that, I guess you have like a fake ankle pivot, but nah, that's kind of stupid. So yeah, there's not much yeah, posability for Q is not much, but it's pretty disappointing. You do have some more details on the head right there, so that's actually pretty cool. And here's what he looks like with his little gun right there. which is pretty cool, and his giant staff right here also. Kind of a bit dumb if you ask me, but you can also, I guess, use it like this. Probably not. You do have a storage right here on the for robot mode, which is store at the back right here. And same thing for the gun. Same little peg hole with the little peg on it on the side of the gun. There you go. And that pretty much that's it. There's not much other to say about it. The figure is actually pretty good, but the whole kibble does kill the mood. Does kill my mood, and pretty much that's it. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to give it the final pause and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. This is the only pause I can give to Q. There's actually not much other to say about it. He was shown just a little bit from the movie, but it kind of sucks that they had to kill him off, so it is what it is, unfortunately, so yeah. Oh, sorry about that. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here, so have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.